Hey everyone, Weebly expert here. Today I'll be showing you how to install the animated text add-on from Luminous Themes into your Weebly website. So this is an add-on that looks something like this, where you have text that just alternates between itself in the header. Now this is a very quick and simple installation procedure, and it shouldn't really take you more than 2 minutes to do. So right over here, this is the zip file that I downloaded, and this is its extracted folder. I'm going to go ahead and double click on the folder whose theme you're using, and inside of here you'll see 3 files. So you'll see animated text-full.txt, you'll see animated text.txt, and you'll see put in css.txt. So all 3 of these files. Now go to your Weebly editor. This is the dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and edit my site. Now once it's loaded, click on the theme tab and then click on edit HTML/CSS. It's the button on the bottom left hand corner. Now once everything is loaded up, next to header type you'll see a plus sign. Go ahead and click on that and click on new header type. Now name this header type animated text. So then click on the code box so it just deselects. So you'll see animated text.html appear, and then create another header type called animated text-full. Click on the code box. So you can see here we have animated text.html and animated text-full.html. The system adds.html to the end of the phrase, so you don't have to worry about adding it there. Now go back to the folder which you downloaded, and as you can see we created 2 header types for each one of these 2 files. So we have animated text.txt, which belongs to the animated text.html header type, and we have the animated text-full.txt, which belongs to the animated text-full.html header type. So what we're going to do now is we're going to copy the code from each text file and put it in its corresponding header type that we created. So open up animated text.txt and make sure you open this up in Notepad or Notes if you're on Mac. If you're on Windows, you should just be able to double click on it and it'll open up in Notepad automatically, but just in case, make sure you do. If you open it up in a rich text editor like Word, you won't see all the code. So it's very important that you open it in a very simple text editor. Here we go. Now this is the code from animated text.txt. What we want to do now is copy all this code. Just go ahead and copy all of it. Control A. And copy it. Control C or Command C if you're on Mac. And then paste it in the animated text.html header type. Just like so. Now go back to the folder and do the exact same thing for animated text-full, but paste it into the animated text-full header type. So we're going to go ahead and open it up in Notes. Go ahead and copy all the code. And then click on animated text-full.html on the header type and go ahead and just paste it all in here. Make sure you erase what was there beforehand. So just select it all and paste it in. Now once you've copied the code from each text file into its corresponding header type, we have one last step. Go back to the folder and open up put in CSS. The same thing applies. You have to open it up in a note editor, like Notepad or Notes, and then just go ahead and do the same thing. Just copy all of this. Control C. Now for this step, you have to scroll all the way down until you see assets, and in assets you should find main_style.css. It should be the first thing that appears under assets. Go ahead and click on it. And now once it opens up, scroll down to any place where you see an empty gap in between two annotations. So for example, I see a gap here between the scrolly page vertical navigation and general header settings. You can really paste it anywhere in this file, but just to be safe and for organization, paste it between two annotations. I'm going to paste mine right here on line 476. You can do the same thing if you want. And I'm going to paste it all in here. So I've pasted this little bit of code. Now go ahead and click save. Make sure you click save because without it, all your work will be gone. Click on save. And there we go. So we've pretty much installed, we've successfully installed the animated header. Now it's time to actually use it. So go ahead and create a page called anything. I'm just going to call mine animated header. And for header type, now this is how you actually implement the add-on into a page. For header type, you have to select either animated text or animated text hash full. Animated text gives you a height of around 700 pixels, whereas animated text hash full gives you a full screen version of the same effect. I'm going to go ahead and use animated text for this. And here we go. Now, you'll see this. Don't be shocked. You're going to say this looks nothing like what I've been advertised. But this is the editor version. So in the editor, you won't see the animation. Instead, you'll see a white box with a bunch of 5 titles that you can edit. Now, enter whatever you want. At the moment, it's not possible to add or remove title lines just because of the limitations in the editor. This is one of those examples where you modify content to fit your design. But it does seem like Luminous Themes has a feature planned in the near future where you can actually edit the amount. But for now, we're stuck with 5, so just adapt to fulfill this requirement. Now, whenever I try to click on edit, you'll see this appear. This is a weird bug, and this is because I'm using Safari. So if you're on Mac, be careful. Do not do this in Safari because you will get this error unless they update the browser. Instead, open up the editor in Google Chrome. Click on Edit Site. Click on Animated Header. And there we go. So now I can successfully edit the titles. This is one of those examples where the browser usage, the type of browser you're using, makes a very big difference. And Luminous Themes actually warned me to use Google Chrome because of the Safari bug, but I didn't listen and I forgot about it. So there we go, lesson learned. So use Chrome. Use Chrome when you're installing this this add-on. Now back to the add-on itself. So you'll see a white box with 5 titles, and like I mentioned, they're not, you can't change them for now, but they are coming out with an update which lets you modify the amount. So for now, just you're stuck with 5. And so now each one of these represents the titles in order. So for example, this represents the first title, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth. The fifth one comes out with the button. And if you don't want the button in there, you can just leave it blank. So just like leave the button text intact and it won't show up. So I'm going to go ahead and say title 1, title 2, title 3, title 4, and title 5 with button. Let's see, I want button. There we go. Now if we publish this, and if we go to the page, there we go. It's going to shuffle through the titles. And it will show us the last animation. There we go. You can do the same steps with the animated text dash full. It gives you a full screen version just like so. and with it you have the exact same effect. So there we go, that's the end of the tutorial. You've successfully installed the animated text plugin. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this was helpful. See you guys in the next one.